Hey, we always live Elvis.
Hey, Memphis Mafia Kid
Teresa.
and y'all, we're hoping everybody's had a great weekend. Here it is already Sunday evening, but like I said, hope y'all been having a great one. Got a couple quick shout outs. Jeff Vaquito, appreciate you, man. Holly Gurley, Kim Hutchinson. We appreciate each and every one of y'all's comments, your viewing our videos and being a part of us. And then also Dustin Alexander, happy birthday today. Appreciate you too. So with that, y'all, hey, we got some more great questions. Appreciate y'all sending in all these questions and keep sending them in. We're loving and having a great time with these. So Teresa, how about you just get on in there?
Okay.
Woo!
It's going to be one of those days.
Yeah, don't give me that look, girl.
Terry.
Do not give me that look.
Terry5355. Danny and Teresa, have either of you ever had any vivid dreams about Elvis?
You want to go first?
I know I've dreamed about him, but I couldn't say vivid enough that I really remember him. But I know I have once in a while.
Of course, with me, it's the right opposite. And I've talked about some, yes, dream. I won't say all the time, but pretty regular here and there. I'll have a dream, and yeah, some of them are pretty vivid, and that's I've shared one or so on a video, and that'd be good for a whole new video. So glad you asked that question. Answer to that question for me is yes, and you know what? We'll talk about some of them dreams in the upcoming video. So hey, appreciate you.
Ruth Jesse, did Elvis have any boundaries at Graceland?
Not really. I think what you're talking about, probably the only boundary at Graceland would, to me, be his bedroom. He just, pretty much. I mean, people, the guys, all of his family, pretty much went all over Graceland. However, I mean, you just didn't go up and into Elvis's bedroom without being asked or invited. I mean, that was his place. I know, like we talked about, and a lot, not just mom and daddy, but he had a lot of people. I don't know, maybe that was his feel good place, but
his sanctuary.
Yeah, he would he would stay up there a lot and talk to a lot of different people, and as mom and daddy's told stories in their videos, and I've told and will remain telling. There's so many, but there was a lot of time spent in his bedroom. So I would have to say, if there was a boundary, that would be it.
All right, Thriller MJJ. I never understood why Graceland was not left the way it was when he passed. What are your thoughts?
Like I said, I don't know. I can't speak of what Graceland looks like now, because like I said, I haven't been. I do know there was changes made and stuff. And my thoughts, my opinion, I've always said it. I would want it to be just like it was right up until the day he left us. That was the Graceland.
That's the Graceland he wanted at that time.
Yeah, and that was the Graceland that I remember. Like I said, that's just my feelings on it. Other people, I've seen that question asked a lot. Even what would you think Elvis would like? And I can't speak for Elvis. I know he liked the way it was in the early years, and then he liked the way it was, when they redecorated and the way Linda did. So, I mean, it was Elvis's home. If Elvis was happy with it.
It's a shame, though, that those who pay and go to see it can't see it how it was, how he left it.
That's, yeah, you hit the, you know what? You can do a little thinking once in a while, can't you? Oh, if y'all could see her behind the camera. Woo, that's not nice. That's not nice. No, you
but I mean, really, I would rather see it how he had it right before he passed away than how it was changed.
Right, and you took the words right out of me. That's what I was trying to say. That,
Yeah.
and I know I pick at you all the time, but seriously, no, that's exactly what I mean. That's the way I feel.
Mm-hmm.
I think, I would want, and I would think that, all of y'all would want to see it as as it was then, right up till to the very end, and it being that way. No changes made to the way he lived. That's just, hey, that's our thoughts on it.
Special K. I heard your mama's version of Charlie watching you and your brother. Did he ever watch y'all again?
Charlie watched us, some call it babysitting. I mean, we were, I was, early on I was young, but, during the last, few years I was a teenager. Yeah, Charlie would come out to the trailer and watch us, or, and that was the time that you're talking about, that Mama talked, that he made the soup and all that. Charlie, he would watch over us at Graceland a lot of the times too, and, let's just, that's some stories within itself. I've talked about a little of them, but Charlie was the most funniest, most loving person you could ever meet. And if you met him, you know that. If you didn't, you missed out. But yeah, he would carry on, cut up with us. We had some great times. But to answer your question, yes, he watched over us several times. Sometimes.
So he wasn't the most responsible babysitter, was he?
Well, no, I mean,
Okay. Yeah.
Charlie would
He would get y'all into trouble.
he would drink a little bit and carry on with us and do jokes and stuff. Maybe some might not at that time been, but that's the way we were. We felt like part of the guys, and that we were really older than we were. So, yeah, we did some things that we probably shouldn't have. And you know what? We'll tell about some of those in another video. Don't you start, Teresa. She's on the road today. Her and Laney.
Kevin 8431. Teresa, what would be your biggest regret that you didn't get to know and meet Elvis? Well, I think that right there. I mean, I would love to have met him. I think though, had he lived, I probably wouldn't have met you.
Yeah, we talked about that.
I don't think circumstances would have turned out in the way that I would have met you.
Life happens, as me and you've talked to many a night for reasons, and that would be the only thing. I think you're definitely. Because
I don't
right.
think you would. I don't think you would have been working where you were working.
No, and I would have been in probably a whole nother direction and a whole nother life. And you're right. And but I think let's what do you call it? Put into that. If you had that opportunity and everything could have stayed the same,
yeah,
you would have.
Yeah, I would not. Like I said, I would love to have met. I would have loved to see him in concert, but I was 11 when he passed away.
Yeah.
My mom was a big fan.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
if
And my aunt.
if things had been, we'd have been together. Your mama definitely would want to have met him and
Yeah.
that would have been.
Yeah, it would have been.
But hey, things happen. But hey, y'all, that was a great question. We appreciate that one.
Tommy, what did your dad do for a living after Elvis passed away?
He shortly after he for a while was a Chippendales dancer. No. No, he was actually, he tried out, but he was too short. Daddy did basically, and I'll get into a little more specific, but to really answer that, he did whatever he had to do to take care of his family, and that's just, I gotta take my hat off to him for that. He did different type jobs. For a little while, he managed an Exxon store station. For a few years, him and my uncle had used car lots. He ended up working and he was a tool and die man at a steel factory in Memphis, and that's where he retired from. But
And he worked at Graceland for a little while, didn't he?
yeah, so yeah, from the beginning, and I've left that, you know, in the railroad. I mean, yeah, he started with Graceland and was there, you know, and did that. So I mean, he did a lot of numerous things. You know, even you know, at one time went back to school and you know worked and went to school to get his GED, and just like I said, I hope that kind of answers your question. He just did a whole lot of things.
He did what he had to do to.
Did what he had to do.
That's right. User, I guess it's IW7NI or LT. Did Elvis like soccer or football?
What are you talking about? My writing again?
Your writing is horrific.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay.
It's terrible.
Well, hey, I graduated 6th grade.
Yeah, we can talk about.
Well, no,
how
actually,
you
I graduated, but if I'd
graduated.
had my way, y'all, and I've said it
mean-
before, I'd have been long quit and been working for Elvis. But you know, hey, kids, you need to go to school though. I'm sorry, I totally lost the question.
Football.
Football and soccer. Yes, he. I wouldn't say he did. He didn't really watch a lot of soccer or keep up with it. I won't say that he hated it or not. He just, it wasn't his thing. Football, however, we've talked about. He loved football. You know, he loved playing it. He loved watching it. He was very, very into that. And there's a lot of stories that's been told out there, and I'm sure there'll be more. But football, he was definitely into it, and a lot of the football players, you know, as we've talked about.
Okay, and the last question, Trisha 1840. Priscilla, oh, this is a doozy, isn't it? Priscilla claims they didn't sleep together until they were married. What do you think?
And as I've said, y'all, we, you know, we do not dodge or delete questions, and we give our answers. Some of you, like I said, may want to hear it. Some of you may not. But you know, all that we can do is speak the truth, or speak the truth of what we feel. And I'm going to be honest with you. You know, only Priscilla. Well, I don't know if I can even say that. Priscilla says that, and I have a hard time believing it. Let me just, I mean, I'm just going to be straightforward. There again, that's just my opinion. But that would be, I'm sorry, pretty much with anyone. We're talking about Elvis Presley. And, you know, over that period of time until they got married, let me just throw it out there and say anything's possible, but I don't see it that way. Teresa, I mean, you want to?
I think it's a really good question to ask your mama and your daddy. They were there, you know, if they want to answer it.
Well,
they
yeah,
know.
but I mean, they wasn't, but yeah, I mean, you know, we could shoot it by them, and they, you know, they may be asked that, but it was asked to me, so that is my opinion on it. Like I said, not taking or knocking nothing away from anybody,
I
not
don't
bashing
think-
anybody.
yeah.
I just find that hard to believe.
Yeah, I do too.
So.
Anyway.
You know what?
You know, if somebody, you know, wants to, I mean, I understand, especially during that time, you want your children and grandchildren to think you waited until marriage and stuff, but, and a lot of people know that really sometimes and a lot of times wasn't the case. You just didn't kind of fess up to it.
Right.
But under circumstances, the way they were, for as long as they were,
yeah,
and Elvis being who he was, I just,
yeah, exactly.
I don't see it.
Exactly. I mean, you know, you know, maybe with somebody else I might could, but Elvis Presley, nah, I just, you know, that's just me, y'all. I mean, I gotta says it, calls it as I sees it, basically. So, without y'all, hey, we real quick, we're coming up on Elvis Week. And we are getting hyped up and excited.
Oh man, it's not
Can't wait to
far.
see all y'all that got tickets. And two, we're actually going to try and by next video tell you, going to try to take it one day before Mom and Daddy's events, me and Teresa, and just be up there and maybe bop around to some different places,
Yeah.
and we'll put them on Facebook to get to meet up and see some of y'all that couldn't get tickets to their show, to get to spend time with y'all. You know, probably be around Marlowe's some, John Daly's, and just pop in here and there, and you know, try to do that. Maybe over by where Keith Alvarez is going to be, and just try to get around on that day. And then, like I said, for those of you that got tickets, I cannot wait. We're looking to have a good time. We're going to have.
It's going to be busy.
Yeah. And y'all, we're going to. You know, we've been asked, and we haven't come out with any new merchandise. But what we got left for y'all, we're gonna do a heck of a deal on. So, just be looking forward to it. And y'all, with that, we're gonna ease on out. Teresa, you got anything else?
Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We have over 60% who are watching but aren't subscribed. Doesn't cost anything, and it really helps us out.
It does, y'all. It does, and I'm not gonna lie. It means a lot to us, and for those of you that has been with us from day one, almost 6 years ago, and for everybody that's coming aboard, even you new ones. Let's keep this thing going. And hey, all you young folks out there, come aboard and learn something about the real Elvis, Elvis the man. And also check out my mom and daddy's channel, Elvis Fans Matter, and learn.
And thank you to our super thanks viewers. Thank
Oh,
you
yes,
so much.
God,
That means
yes,
a lot,
yes,
helping us
yes.
that way too.
Y'all,
Thank you.
You know, sometimes it's overwhelming, and you just get the feelings built up. But without just getting gushy, let me just say straight from mine and Teresa's heart, because we talk about it all the time. You know, we hear a lot of folks saying, you know, it was their honor to get to talk to us or see us or meet us. And with us, that's just not the case. It's
ours.
It's our honor.
Yes,
that's right.
It is.
Y'all, it's our honor. We love doing this. If it wasn't for y'all, there wouldn't be an Elvis Presley. If it wasn't for y'all, there wouldn't be a Memphis Mafia Kid. There wouldn't be an FM. There wouldn't be anybody out there on Elvis. So, y'all, I say let's keep it going. And you know what? We're going to get out of here the same way we always get out of here. We always
We always
live
live
Elvis.